It's a joy to be with you on this first Monday in the month of June here on the Word of Encouragement, and looking forward to some great summer months. And I encourage each one of you to see the summer as a unique opportunity to grow, to be able to reach out. And for us here in the cold north, it is a time of great outreach potential, and looking forward to what God would do. And keeping that in mind, I would like to go to Acts chapter 11. Here we have the story of Barnabas being sent by the church at Jerusalem to Antioch to find out what was happening there. This was the first major outreach to Gentiles, and a great work was being done. And folks had come from Jerusalem, had been evangelizing, and now were in Antioch, and they were speaking not only to the Jews but also to the Gentiles. And God was moving in a wonderful way. And the man that they trusted to go up and to evaluate this was Barnabas. This was the third largest city in the Roman Empire, a wicked city, powerful city. And so this was a significant work of the Lord. And in speaking of Barnabas, it tells us in verse 23, who when he came, speaking of getting to Antioch, was glad because he saw the grace of God. And when he came, he had seen the grace of God and was glad. Nothing will encourage us more than to see God at work. He saw that a miracle was happening. Peter, of course, had been chosen by God to open the door to the Gentiles, and that was a mighty act of God. But now he had the privilege of seeing with his own eyes Gentiles saved, growing in the Lord, and wanting to do what was right here in this wicked pagan city. And so Barnabas, he was really glad. And I know what that's like. Throughout my ministry and life, there have been times that maybe I would have a tendency to be a little bit discouraged because of circumstances, but then to see the working of God, the miraculous grace of God, all of a sudden everything comes into perspective and your heart is lifted because you see God is real. He's doing something that you cannot explain from a human standpoint, and your heart's lifted. You are brought back to the reality that spiritual truth is all that really matters, and your relationship with God is enough, and that God can meet your need. That's why it's sad when Christians do not stay involved in ministry and are not praying and are not doing whatever God has led them to do to reach people, because they are living in their own little world and they do not see the great things that God is doing in our day. We can look around and see what's happening in our culture and we're discouraged. And even if we're encouraged with some of the political things that are going on, still we see a decline in our culture. And if that's all we see, well, we're going to miss it. But if we can see what God is doing and be part of what God is doing, then we'll be encouraged. This is one of the most important things that I could tell you, is this matter of being involved and being in the place where you can see the grace of God. And so I encourage you, yield to the Spirit, let Him control you, do what God tells you to do. You'll see the grace of God, and believe me, you'll live with a glad heart.